us here at Bitcoin Exchange. This is Jay, and I wanted to put a video out on a well-known secret in the crypto world, and that is the Monero coin. And for those that are in crypto coins and have been into cryptography for a while, they know very well what Monero is. It's been out since 2014, so it's not a new coin in that sense of the word, but the new people coming into this crypto world in the Bitcoin revolution have no idea about Monero and what it does. And I'm telling you what, this coin brings a lot to the table when it comes to what's called near perfect anonymity. In the crypto world, generally, I find two mindsets that are out there. The first one is, you know what, I want to buy my Bitcoin or my Ethereum. I want to spend it on what I spend it on. I don't care who knows. I'm going to pay my taxes. I'm going to be Joe compliant, and I'm going to do everything according to the way that, I've always done things according to the nations and the laws of man that be. And then there's a second mindset, which is I want to live in the wild, wild west. I want complete freedom. I don't want anyone knowing what I'm doing or what I'm doing it with or how I'm doing it. And that particular mindset, Monero, comes into play. It's absolutely near perfect anonymity. Now, this coin is used by both mindsets, obviously, but Monero, it's your world's leading privacy coin. It's been around, as I said, since 2014, and we'll look at some statistics here in a moment on their growth when we get a chance here. But there's some things going on in the crypto world that are pushing for more anonymity, and Monero has had its battles through its growing process up to where it's at today. But I got to tell you, they got a very innovative developmental team that is updating and continuing to update their technology to answer more and more of the hurdles that crypto world is coming into as more and more people are jumping into this. And you got to understand that the floodgate is not even yet opened for this entire Bitcoin revolution in the crypto world. The floodgate is not even started to open yet, but it will open. And with the flooding of people coming into this market, it's not only going to drive the price of every major coin up dramatically in the next several years, but it's also going to present its own hurdles and obstacles to overcome. And so Monero has an excellent development team for that, and they're doing quite well. In fact, they just come out with what's called a Helium Hydra update that I was reading about not too long ago. And this update deals with higher security protocols than were formerly in place, as well as helping to synchronize the speed of the synchronization with Monero to the blockchain. And keep in mind that they have their own blockchain, and so there again, that helps with total or near perfect anonymity. And so how does it work? Well, with Bitcoin, you have one person sending Bitcoin to another person through addresses on an open block ledger, a blockchain ledger. With Monero, they have their own blockchain, and they use something a little different to obscure the identity of the true sender sending the Monero. They use what's called ring signatures to protect and hide the identity. Now, the person receiving it is hidden through what's called stealth addresses, and then the actual amount that's being transferred is completely held confidential through what's called ring confidential transactions. And so those things come into play and giving you absolute near perfect anonymity, which again brings us back to the wild, wild west. Back in the days of the wild, wild west, you carried your gold, your silver, whatever that you were changing and exchanging for goods, and you answered to no one. You had your coins, and you had your items of trade, and you traded for whatever you wanted with whatever you had, and answered to absolutely nobody. No one knew about the transactions most of the time, and there was just a peer-to-peer. And the cry of the world, because of all the corruption going on throughout the different governments in the world, has created a desire to return in many ways to the peer-to-peer anonymity, and Monero fits like a glove when you look at it from that aspect. This is their website here, www.getmonero.org, and we're going to watch this 1 minute 9-second video to kind of give you a little heads up about what they're all about.
To most people, financial privacy is very important. But banks, big corporations, and even governments are having their records compromised. The undeniable conclusion is there's no safe place to conduct private transactions. Well, there wasn't one. Until now. Meet Monero. Monero is a secure, private, untraceable currency. With Monero, you are your own bank. Only you control and are responsible for your funds. Monero is private. This means businesses can keep their suppliers in secret, as well as citizens escape government repressions and nosy neighbors or crooks. Monero can also be selectively transparent, and you can choose who you want to see the transactions. Monero is dynamically scalable, which makes it very different from a Bitcoin. Also, the block reward will never drop below 0.3 XMR, and the nominal inflation will stay at 0.3 XMR per minute. Monero is decentralized. It has an active development community with more than 30 contributors. Take back control over your finances and start using Monero today.
Okay, so that's the video on their website, and there's other information for you to go there, getmonero.org, and investigate for yourself. But they tell you pretty much their whole vision right there. And one of the things that I wanted to say is that the Helium Hydra update brings with it not only tougher, stringent security protocols, but it's also they're introducing mobile wallets for Android and iOS. Now, there's already a couple Monero wallets out there, but along with this Helium Hydra update, these newer wallets are going to become compliant with the updates that Monero has done. Now, let's get over here to the cryptocurrency chart here. This is your top 10, and as you notice, I can refresh this. This is September 12th, basically 9 p.m. is when you're seeing here China really messing around with the price of Bitcoin here. This is going to bust out soon and break through 5,000, and you're going to see these down trends are going to turn around here as soon as everyone figures out that China, what they are and what they're not doing. And there's a lot of crazy news coming out of there, but I don't believe for a moment that China's going to squash any kind of cryptocurrency, but there's a lot of fluctuation going on. So buy Bitcoin now, buy Ethereum now, buy Ripple, buy your Monero now at $110. Buy IOTA now because this is going to all change. Now, that being said, let's get down here. Monero has been in the top 10 for a long time now, and over 1.6 billion in market cap. Right now, they're trading at $110.26, which sounds like a lot, but really it's not. When you look at, it is in the last. Let's go here. This is their Monero chart. If you go back to this 2014, you can see that they've been hovering $1.94, pretty much a horizontal line all the way through from 2014 up until September of 2016. Then you start seeing some upticks here, and quite a difference. If you and I could have bought in at $1.76 right now, you'd be filthy rich as well. But watch how this trends up now. You go as high as $12, and then it kind of trickles back down again, and it goes beyond $12, it goes up to $13.88, then it kind of comes down and goes sideways a little bit, and drops a little bit, and then it busts up here to 22, and you can see how this typical graph is going, and that they're on that upward tick, just like Bitcoin, just like Ethereum, just like every other top 10 coin that's out there. Now, if you get over here and watch this thing spike, there are $47, well, $51.53 on August 12th, and then they shoot up to $144.50 on August 29th, going into September, and then they drop back down. And if you know anything about candle charts and things, this isn't a candle chart, but if you know anything about the way the charts go, they're testing a ceiling here, you see? Then they come back down. Then they go up a little higher, and then they come down, and then they break through that ceiling again. Then they come down. Then they break again, come down. Then they break through it again, they come down. And they drop down. Now this area here is a trend that every coin has dropped down. Other coins have dropped dramatically down as well. So this isn't a problem here. But then now they're shooting up here to the 144.50 range, and now they're dropping back down. And this is the way and the patterns that you're going to expect these coins to be doing, that they just tested the 145, 150 range. Now they're down here to 110. If you look back here, it's at 110.26. You're going to see this coin bust through 150. You're going to see this coin tested a couple times, fluctuated down like all the rest of them do. But Monero's on the rise as well. Now, that's interesting for those that are into cryptocurrency and making the money, not just spending the thing. You know, with Monero and the other coins, some people just have them to spend because they like to have a wallet there that's new and it's innovative. It's not US dollars or yen or anything like that. It's something that is basically a world currency. You can go anywhere and do this. And with the insight of 10x and Centra and other things that'll be coming, this is going to be made much, much easier just to have the coin and spend it any way you want. But then there's investing, which is kind of what I'm into, and taking something and buying into it, holding it for a while, getting 100 to 1,000 times of return and then sell it. And so you haven't missed the mark, although I tell you, it would be wonderful to be able to say, okay, here we are back here. We bought it at $1.93. I bought 5,000 shares. Or 5,000 coins. It basically cost me $10,000, and now that I got 5,000 coins and it's at 110, you can see the growth value there. I am saying that I am predicting that this coin, as it's done before, it's tested here, and it's tested here, and then here, that now the test has gone up. It's going to remain. It's going to fall back down. So you got time. This thing is probably going to drop back down into this range again, somewhere in the $40, $50, $60 range, and then that will be the time to buy. And then watch as this thing busts through. So if you buy it at 50, and then let's say you buy 100 coins at 50 bucks, you got $5,000 in it, and then it busts through at 150. You've made 3 times. You made 3x on that, and you've done it in whatever time frame. I'm predicting it's probably going to break back through there between now and the end of the year. So you say you can take your money and triple it in the next quarter of the year coming up. So I believe that's where they're going to be heading. It's already busted through 144.50. So you're going to see it as it tests this market. Now, it's going to drop again. I'm telling you that it's going to travel all the way back down here. Wouldn't shock me at all if we were able to see the $50, $60 range. And then that's the time to buy if you haven't gotten into this yet, because then it's going to jump back up. And I'm predicting from the way that this is going, it's making its horizontal drive is over. It's now going semi-vertical. It hasn't gone parabolic, although this is pretty sharp upturn here. That it's going to be dropping, playing around 110. It'll drop back down probably to the $50, $60 range, and then it's going to shoot up to $100.50, maybe $200 between now and I'd say the end of the year, maybe as far out as March. But nonetheless, it's a great return on your money if you're into investing and you're into a cryptocurrency that is a privacy coin. This is the coin that I would suggest. There's others out there, as I mentioned before. There's Zcash, there's PivX, there's Dash. There's other things out there that you can get into, but nothing as stable or as advanced as Monero, nor do they have the market share that Monero has. And let's go back up here and take a look at it. They're in the top 10. They remain in the top 10. They got a 1.6 billion market cap. This is a very, very strong crypto coin to have in your portfolio, and especially you're going to see some dynamic growth in the next 2 to 3, 4 years. This is one that you can make good money on in a short amount of time, and then sell it, and then take that money and go buy other ICOs or whatever you're going to do with it. Or equally, Monero is equally as good to hold on to, like IOTA. I'm telling people to buy IOTA and hold on to it because it's going to see some upward ticks in the next 24 or 36 months. So is Monero. And Monero, you can either you make great money in a short amount of time here in the next 3 to 6 months, or you can do extremely well by holding on to it for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. It's a great coin to have. And if you do have transactions that you don't want anyone to have any chance of knowing anything about, then Monero is your the coin of choice to you can exchange your Bitcoin or your Ethereum or your Litecoin, your Bitcoin Cash into Monero, make your transaction, be completely stealth, and use the function of that particular coin and have the anonymity that you would so desire. So it's a great coin to have. It's got a great future. I'm looking forward to watching Monero and a few others that are coming aboard. But I wanted to get this out to you because a lot of people in the crypto world know about Monero, but the people coming in and the subscribers of my channel, it's a mixed multitude of the people that are involved in this particular channel, and I love that. But I wanted to throw that out because Monero is strong and it's up and coming. It's not finished um, by any stretch of the imagination. It'd be a great coin to have in your portfolio, either short or long term. You pick. It's good, up to you. So thanks for watching. This is Jay with Bitcoin Exchange. Do me a favor, hit the button that says subscribe down there, and we will see you in the future.